Hi everyone, my name's Scott
And I'm Megan.
and we're from Colorspace. In today's video, we're going to talk about audience reactions, or our customers in this case, how they respond to the art and what is it that they think about the art that's brought in. To lead us off, I'm going to throw it to Megan. So Megan, how do you curate for our clients?
Okay, so when we first get a client, we actually give them a color palette with a variety of different genres of art, and we let them select what they would like to bring into their office because it is their space and we are bringing artwork into their office. So we let them select, and for the first so many rotations, after they get to know us and we get to know them, we do start to introduce different genres, and it's a slow progression. So it might be something closer related to the original genre that they picked, and eventually we do start to move to hopefully 180 degrees so that they get an entire variety of the Colorspace artists' collections and genres, and they get a huge variety of artwork that maybe at the beginning they wouldn't show or be open to seeing, but we do try to push the envelope to get them to open up to see new things.
Absolutely. So one of the things that we actually say to our customers when they start is that we joke about this. We say we're one of the few businesses where we're looking for mixed reviews.
Yeah.
In other words, we actually don't promise anyone to say we're going to bring you the best art. Mm-hmm. We simply say we're here to provide change, and as part of that, it's to be able to set up the idea that not everyone has to universally like a piece of artwork.
Yeah.
That some people may like it, some people may not like it,
Yeah.
and that's okay. That's part of the engagement. Mm-hmm. But as Megan has pointed out, we usually, when we first start and we have a new customer who's just at the starting point, we do just kind of let them get a bit more comfortable first, get them used to the idea of change. And perhaps one of the most wonderful things is to see some of our clients as they get more mature in their tastes with art, and as they get more comfortable with seeing this change, to see them start to accept artwork that they would have said no to however many months ago.
And another thing about introducing a variety of artwork is maybe there's a more outspoken person in the office that says they want a piece or a style of artwork, but maybe there's a more introverted person in the office that might not like the artwork on the walls, but they're afraid to kind of share their opinions. This is also making sure that all audience members kind of get a little bit of taste, a little bit of mix of different types and styles of artwork in front of them.
That's right. One, I think, of the great joys in us working with artists through Colorspace has been to see all of the different styles that come through.
Yeah.
And you'll notice perhaps, well, for any artists that work with us over long term, that we try to be very accepting of quite a few different styles. There's not much we don't accept, so to speak. And that's because over time, we as customers get more mature, there's an opportunity for artwork that normally wouldn't get selected, especially if it was like via like an interior design type of a thinking, to be able to say, oh, there's this new work that it does push the envelope a little bit. Yeah. And that's cool, that's intriguing, that's challenging. And we know it works because when some of the newer, the more cutting edge, maybe not cutting edge, but just different styles of artwork that come through, clients are always telling us, this has sparked so much conversation. Everyone that comes into their office is talking about it. And again, whether it's love or hate, it's more the fact that they're talking about it and engaging with it. Exactly.
Yeah, and remember, a lot of our clients do have corporate settings. So yes, there are some genres. Of course, like, unfortunately, even though we've been taking figure drawing classes and we've learned it in school and been there and fine with it, it's not necessarily a very accepted style of artwork in the corporate place, just because nude figures, they're appreciated in a museum and a gallery, but we're still in work spaces. So if you do the nudes and the figures, we're happy to continue to show your work on Colorspace, but please understand that in a corporate office, it's just not something that we can really introduce to the clients, just because they also have a professional atmosphere that they need to keep.
Yeah. So, but the key message that we want to sort of impart is that keep creating what you're creating, right? If there was to be a thing of, oh, what is it that the audience says, there's all sorts, right? It is very subjective, and part of our job is to introduce that bit of layer of that change, which allows audiences to kind of engage differently. If I may, there's a story I'd like to share with one of our clients that we've been doing this changeover for quite some time. It got to the point where maybe about after a year or so, it became a cultural thing in the space. People would look at whatever was a new art that came in, whether it was dark, whether it was abstract, whether it was a photo, and they'd come dressed like the artwork. It became this little competition to see who could match the artwork. And so people were wearing all these really funky items of clothing, color coordinated to try and match the artwork, and they take photos of it and they'd share it amongst themselves.
And so we want to say that yes, sometimes larger pieces of artwork have more chances of showing, just because clients do request larger pieces of artwork. Depending on seasons, they might request brighter colors, but that's not to say that we haven't started to show a bit smaller pieces in those spaces, or maybe a bit darker. So we are adding a variety to the offices. So we don't want to tell you what to create. We want you to really work on your own creative voice, basically, and we will try to help get it out there for you.
Absolutely. So on that note, please keep on creating. Hopefully this has given you a little bit more insight into what audiences are, I guess, quote unquote, looking for, which is people are quite happy. It just depends on their level of comfort and how long they've been with us, that they start to accept more and more difference in work. So please keep on creating, but hopefully this just helps you understand how we approach curating for our clients and how we help different artists get your message out in front of different people. Otherwise, stay subscribed, more videos to come. We'll see you soon.